Hello friends, welcome back. This is Hemant Devre. I welcome you all once again. In video part 1, we have seen about the villages, vital villages and thriving towns, the introduction. We have seen the curiosity of Prabhakar, as well as he was standing in blacksmith shop and he was amazed to see the iron tools. Okay, and then we have seen the use of iron tools in agriculture. Okay, how these tools were useful for developing agriculture that time. And we have seen around 2500 years ago there was evidence for growing use of iron tools found here, and some examples of like axes to use the axes were used to clear the forest, the plugshare and all. Then other steps were also taken in that. First one was irrigation. Okay, irrigation was the first step taken by the people to increase the agricultural production. Okay, and then we have seen there about different themes. Also we have seen the people, those who lived in the villages. We have seen that there were three different kinds of people living in the most of the villages in southern and the northern part of the subcontinent. In Tamil region, large landowners were known as Vellalar, ordinary plowmen they were known as Uzavar, and the landless laborers, they including slaves, they were known as Kadaisiyar and Adimai. Okay, so let us move ahead with some remaining part of that only. In the northern part of the country, the village headman, he was known as Gram Bhojika. Usually, men from same family held the position for generation. It means if a single person is Gram Bhojika, he is headman of that village. So after his death, the generation who is next to him, okay, that person will come to the Gram Bhojika post, or that position will be held by the descendant of that person. In other words, the post was hereditary. The Gram Bhojika was often the largest landowner. Generally, he had slaves and hired workers to cultivate the land. His job was that he used to hire the workers and to cultivate the land. Besides, as he was powerful, the king often used him to collect the taxes from the villages. Means he will collect the taxes from the villages and he will deposit to the king. He also functioned as a judge, sometimes as a policeman. Means some judiciary matters and there something happens in the villages, so he will look after those matters as well. Apart from the Gram Bujka, there were other independent farmers. They were known as Grihapatis, most of whom were smaller landowners. And then there were men and women such as Dasa, Karmakara, who did not own their land. Okay, because they were not having land, so they used to work as a slave or some other's land. So, and had to earn a living working on the fields owned by the other people. So, in most of the villages, there were also craftspersons such as blacksmiths, potter, carpenter, and the weaver. So, these other people were also there supporting these three kind of people. Now, let us learn about the earliest Tamil compositions. Some of the earliest work in Tamil known as Sangam literature, they were composed around 2300 years ago. These texts were called Sangam because they were supposed to have been composed and compiled in assemblies known as Sangam. Sangam means to meet and assemblies means meeting of the people. So assemblies of poets that were held in the city of Madurai. Okay, you can see page number 105 for the map. So that location will be there. The Tamil terms mentioned above found in Sangam literatures. Now let us learn about the cities, stories, travelers, sculptures and archaeology. You may have heard about the Jatakas. Okay, these were stories that were probably composed by ordinary people and then written down by and preserved by the Buddhist monks. Here, a part of Jataka story which will tell us about the poor man gradually how he became rich. So Jataka means a story. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a clever poor young man who lived in city. Only his only resource was a dead rat. He started off by selling it off for a coin in a hotel for their cat. Then one day there was a storm. The king's garden was littered with branches and leaves, and the gardener was at a loss as to how to clear the mess. The young man offered to clean the garden if he could keep the wood and leaves. The gardener agreed at once. Young man rounded up all the children who were playing with offer up sweets for every stick and leaf that they could collect. In no time, every scrap had been neatly piled near the entrance. Just then, the king's potter was on the lookout for fuel with which to bake his pots. So he took the whole lot and paid the young man for it. Our young man now thought of another plan. He carried a jar full of water to the city gate and offered water for 500 grass cutters. To the 500 grass cutters, he offered the water. They were pleased and said, "You have done us a good turn. Tell us, what can we do for you?" He replied, "I will let you know when I need your help." Then he made friends with the trader. One day, the trader told him, "Tomorrow, a horse dealer is coming to town with 500 horses." Hearing this, our young man went back to the grass cutter. He said, "Please give me a bundle of grass each, and don't sell your grass till mine is sold." They agreed and gave him 500 bundles of grass. When the horse dealer could not buy grass anywhere else, he purchased the young man's grass for 1,000 coins. So here you can notify, you can also list down the occupations, okay, of the person mentioned in this story. For each one, try and decide whether they would have lived A. only in a city, B. only in villages, or both in cities or villages. Find out the answers. Read this story once again and find out the answers. Second question, why do you think the horse dealer was coming to the city? Third question, do you think women could have taken up the occupations mentioned in the story? And you have to support your answer with proper reason. Now, here one example is there, facing page. Ring well found in Delhi. In what ways do you think this system of drainage was different from that of the Harappans? Now, we can use other kinds of evidences to find out about life in some of the earlier cities. Sculptor carves scenes depicting people's life in towns and villages as well as in the forest. Many of these sculptures were used to decorate railings, pillars, and gateways of buildings that were visited by people. And we come to know about this. Means nowadays we take photographs to preserve the memories. But earlier time, these things, what is happening in city, that to be shown to the people. So it was done by the sculptures, all these people, the artists and all, they used to show what was there in the city. Here one source is there, sculpture from Sachi. This is a sculpture from Sachi, a site with stupa in Madhya Pradesh, showing the scene in a city. You will learn more about Sachi in chapter number 11. Notice the way walls are shown. See the walls, how properly they are shown. Okay, are they made of bricks? First question. Or wood or stone? Now look at the railings. Are they made of woods? Describe the roof of the buildings. In this way, we can explain this. Okay. Now, remaining topic of this, we will continue in the next part of the video. Till that time, you keep on watching, keep on learning. Thank you.